A seminar on the trade financing programs from the U.S. Eximbank has taken place Monday in Hanoi with the participation of bankers, importers, and U.S. exporters. VITV reporter attended the event to tell you more.
The U.S. Embassy in Vietnam, the AmCham and VCCI on Monday co-organized a workshop to deal with major issues on the trade financing programs from the U.S. Eximbank. The seminar was attended by bankers, importers, and U.S. exporters who are looking for cooperation opportunities to participate in the programs. At the event, James Lewis, Business Development Officer at the U.S. Eximbank, made presentations to make it clear about the mechanism and policies of the programs. As revealed at the event, the U.S. Eximbank will support working capital guarantees, short and medium-term credit insurance for U.S. exporters and their banks. It will also provide medium and long-term loan guarantees, structures and project finance for overseas importers and their banks. In the coming time, the U.S. Eximbank will grant a credit line of about $1.5 billion for Vietnam's market to support trade cooperation projects between Vietnam and the U.S. The credit line is aimed to encourage Vietnamese companies to buy products and equipment from the U.S. Vietnam is now one of 9 priority countries targeted for special focus in Eximbank strategic planning. And now we're going to bring you a brief about the financing program of the U.S. Eximbank by our interview with James Lewis from the U.S. Eximbank. Well, Mr. Lewis, thank you for joining us today. And firstly, can you give your evaluation about the potential in Vietnam?
We think there's a lot of potential still unrealized in the Vietnam market. We've seen growth, of course, in GDP, very strong over past years. And yes, the world economy and the Vietnam economy now are under some macroeconomic pressure, but we still think that there is good potential in this market for continued growth. And we hope to work with the Vietnamese banks here, as the Vietnamese banks and the state-owned enterprises and everyone else is working hard to restructure and organize the market so that they can continue the growth that we've seen in the past.
And what are the benefits of banks in the financing program with the U.S. Eximbank?
We think the opportunity for Vietnamese banks is, as I said in the beginning of the program, we all believe that the generator for economic growth and development in both countries is through trade. And if we can make trade happen because we provide financing to the buyers and provide payment assurance to the sellers, then more trade will promote more business, and the banks here will earn more business fees, their customers will grow and become more prosperous, and the banks will become more prosperous as well.
So what do you think about the capacity of banks in Vietnam in cooperation with the U.S. Eximbank in this financing program?
Eximbank works primarily in cooperation with banks. We don't compete with banks, we need them for our partners. And so the important reason for this meeting today and our seminar and talking with the banks is to say, here's how we can partner, here's how we can make transactions easier, and let us know what we can do to assist with that process. We think the banks are we understand the banks are very liquid in this market now. However, if loan demand is going to pick up in future, I think there'll be a lot of need for us, particularly on medium-term and longer-term financing.
So what are the major issues facing banks in Vietnam in accessing to the financing program of the U.S. Eximbank?
Well, I think the major issue is really they don't know enough about Eximbank to give us a call and contact us to get the transactions working. And so we're trying to address that by having these seminars here in Ho Chi Minh City and also in Haiphong this week to explain how we work, explain what our programs are, and to make it easier for Vietnamese banks to come to us.
So what should banks do to be approved to join the financing program of the U.S. Eximbank?
Well, we publish on our website our full terms and conditions, our credit standards, our credit requirements, and we will work with the banks to compare if they qualify for our medium-term and long-term facilities or for our short-term facilities. They can look on our website, they can see exactly what is needed to qualify, and we can work with them if there are exceptions, because there are always some exception that needs explanation. And we can go forward with that.
Well, again, thank you for joining us today.